Yeah, it's gonna be a disclaimer at the beginning.
Notice something different about us? Yeah, the sound sounds different.
Not the costume.
Yeah.
The audio got messed up. We accidentally deleted, an hour's worth of audio. It happens. The audio is not going to sound as crisp as usual. You should be able to understand everything.
It's going to sound exactly like this right now.
Yeah. So.
It may be worse, but.
But hey, it's a good Eppy. It's a good Eppy. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the show.
Episode 22?
I don't know. Danish?
22.
Made it up, doesn't know.
I think it is 22 because we stated that 21 fact last time.
Do not disturb.
Or the dude and the guy stated that
yeah.
last time.
They're not here today. We're here guest hosting because it's the
special
Halloween extravaganza. You're here with Spider-Man
and beer.
And a beer. Master. Brewmaster. That's the brand.
Oh, no.
We're in for a tasty one today, boys. We got Danish in the stew.
Also,
Hollow.
yeah, say hi.
Perfect. All right. Are we doing anything for Halloween? What's going on? What are you doing for Halloween? I'll tell you what I'm doing. We just went to Fright Fest. Jess and I went to Fright Fest, or the dude and his girlfriend went to Fright Fest on Friday.
And the dude just smacked his lips on your head.
Yeah. He wrapped his lips around my brim. And he slurped my tasty fluid.
And now you're all empty.
And I'm empty. And he is wasted, Because he had a bunch of my brothers and sisters, too. Fright Fest was cool. Have you ever been to, the performances and stuff at Six Flags?
No.
You never seen, the musicals or the plays or anything?
No, I'm only there for the rides. But I can change that. I can change.
Oh, yeah.
I
thought I was like you.
Yeah.
I was like you. I come out of the manufacturing process and I said, you know what? Rides only at Six Flags. But then Jess talked
to
the dude. And the dude
threw his lips on your friend, converted you to be interested.
And it was fun. That was in the winter. So then Friday night we went, and it was real cool. They're really talented singers and dancers.
Yeah.
And actors.
Ain't that right? One problem before we move on.
Go ahead.
I know I'm ruining the flow, but we have questions.
Perfect.
The problem is I don't have the guy's phone with me. Another issue, my fingers.
Well, don't worry. That's what Danish is for. That's his only purpose. He doesn't even have a laptop. So if we need him to look anything up, then he has no purpose.
My password is...
Uh-oh.
We might want to censor that.
We'll probably censor that.
Especially since it's the last 4 digits of my social security.
Alright, here we go. We ready?
We left off at my social security.
Yeah. Alright, so we talked about Six Flags, Fright Fest. Have you ever been to Fright Fest?
I've been there during it where, because people are dressed up. And
they scare you a little.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a good time. Then we went to Eckert's the following day.
Okay.
We looked around for some pumpkins and such.
Some gourds.
We looked at gourds. It was fun. Even though Jess was really excited to go to Eckert's, we get there. It wasn't how she remembered it. Disappointed.
Adulthood.
Yeah.
They'll do that.
Adulthood kind of washes everything that was great and ruins it all. This thing is pissing me. It's pissing me bad.
Who set that up? You're only a beer.
I'm only a beer. I can do what most beers can't.
Talk.
Exactly.
Right.
This thing on my head. It's sure something.
It's kind of linked back.
Is it really? Like
There we go.
like that super famous Hylian?
Oh yeah, Link.
That's the one.
With the little cone.
Yeah, traffic cone.
Yeah.
What's your big fall plans? What's your big Halloween plans?
Well,
Patrolling the city?
yeah, just that. I don't have a life much outside of, what I do.
Right.
The guy,
Yeah, what's he up to?
yeah, I guess he'll buy like candy at some point.
Go ahead. Hang on, Danish has a question? Or wants to say something?
You guys ever heard of the term condom reservoir?
I'm sorry, did you say condom reservoir? Back to Halloween. Yeah. I'm gonna be handing candy out to children on Halloween.
Oh my gosh, do you know what
I'll be
I actually didn't know that, so.
Yeah, I mean that is good. I always see I'm a learner, right? So I always love learning. Every day I try to learn something, and I'm really thankful that you helped me achieve that today.
Yeah, no problem.
Something, okay, I know we're talking about candy, but I need to say this while I still can, or before I forget.
Please.
Whenever, something funny is
Wait,
said...
before you forget, what are you, Corey Taylor or something?
Who is that?
He's the lead singer of Slipknot, and one of their greatest hits is a song called "Before I Forget." It's only
Nobody got it.
Nobody
would ever get that.
Not a lot of people would get
Had
it.
to
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah.
Well, good thing to explain it. But yeah, good. Every time I laugh, my lenses just fog up.
Oh yeah.
So you guys just fall into an abyss of fog.
Right.
Every time I laugh.
Right.
That's all.
That's very fitting for this time of year,
Fog.
It makes it look like the apocalypse is happening
The
in the
ambiguity
city.
of it all.
I like that. So what were you gonna say before you forgot?
That was it. That was the thing.
Oh, about the mist?
Yeah.
Oh, my hair's in front of my face, and I look like I love Nirvana way too much. How's that?
That'll do.
I bet it looks bad. All right.
You're just a beer.
So let's talk about bugs.
Okay.
Flies, mosquitoes, gnats, whatever kind that makes their way into our lives. When I have a fly problem,
Right.
try to whack them.
Spider problem.
Yes. Try to whack them, right? They're so fast, aren't they? So,
Just try.
so I'll, I do the thing where if I have an item, I'll really slowly, like that.
Oh, okay.
If I'm able to get them. Now, there was one situation where a fly was bothering me in my living room. I had a cup. I get beverages kind of like this from gas stations and so forth.
Yeah.
After I drink it, pop the lid off, eat the ice, right?
Just chop it.
Well, then when I finish it, I leave it there until I get up, and that's when I go throw it away. So there was a bug flying around, and he kept flying into the cup.
Now, was this a fly?
An actual fly, yeah.
Okay.
Flies into the cup, flies out, flies in my face a little, taunts me.
Yeah.
I hear him calling me homophobic slurs and stuff, and I'm like,
Right. Just
Really?
flying at you.
really? In 2022, really?
Yeah.
So, at a point, he flew in there, and he stayed in there for a moment, and I sneakily grabbed the lid, put the lid on there real
Okay.
quick,
Yeah.
put my finger over the hole where the straw would go, and shook it like I was prepping some spray paint, or Yoo-hoo.
Because you're supposed to shake it because all the
You should shake it
the
before
good
you drink
stuff
it.
sinks to the
So I
bottom.
shook the hell out of it, right? And it died. So then that happened another time. I shook it and it laid there. And then I checked back. A few minutes later, it was flying around again. I guess I just knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
So I did it again. And then the same thing happened. Unconscious, eventually starts doing it again. So the last time I did it, I shook it super aggressively, right?
Right.
And this time he was done. And I was happy that he survived as long as he did. See, I hate bugs
Wait, why were you happy? Well, you're probably explaining it right now.
because I was torturing him.
Okay, you wanted him to live through the
I
agony
enjoyed how much
in a sinister
suffering.
way.
He caused me the suffering first. I turned it around.
Eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye. Mhm.
Revenge.
Yes.
Vengeance.
There was a horsefly. I was out of my parents. There was a horsefly on my back, biting the dog piss out of me, right?
Right.
And I can't reach my back.
You're just a beer.
I'm just a
After
beer.
a
I don't
while.
even have any arms. So my dad whacks it. Finally, he's laying on the ground and he's kind of like moving around. And I was leaving him. You know, I could have just stepped on him and ended it all right there. But I liked how much pain he was in. So then
Yeah.
he turned over and like started to like look like he was about to fly away, and that's when like maybe he recovered. Maybe he was just in a daze.
Yeah.
Right? And I ended it then and there. But that's just me. I like bees. What do you think?
Your mother's terrified of bees, right?
My mother is definitely afraid. Well, she's like super allergic.
We've talked about
Yeah. Yeah, she stepped on a wasp and she's like, I'm gonna die. I was like, you're not gonna die.
Now, one thing, right?
Yeah.
While we're on the topic, before we move on from you, just
Torturing bugs.
brutally, taking the life out of flies that,
As slowly
slightly annoy you.
as slow as slowly as I can, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there is a technique, right, to kill a fly.
Ooh.
Right?
I'm excited
I
about
learned
this.
this from Steve Carell, and it's worked, okay? Steve Carell himself, like in person, I've learned this.
Yeah.
I lie sometimes. But Steve Carell,
The dude in the lie.
yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But there was a fly. Okay, so if the fly is flying around, right?
Mhm.
You think you could, like that? That's your instinct, right? Just,
You could try. Yeah.
But what that does, it kind of creates air.
Right.
So you're just
And
pushing
it wafts
air.
it out, right?
It wafts it out, and it warns the fly. If I blow
This
on
guy's-
you, if I go,
Right.
you didn't
Barely
feel
felt
any
it.
of that.
Yeah, barely felt it.
Yeah, the fabric, but
Mhm.
it's a warning, so it just flies away. But if you cut through the air by going at an angle rather than that airflow does not hit the fly,
Oh yeah.
and the fly will die.
Wow. Interesting. I'll
If
have
you're quick enough.
to, I'll have to try
It's
that out.
a whirl if you don't have any of your, ball and chain to what your device is.
Right. Right. Yeah. When I'm working, there's a lot of bugs like on the building, on the walls and stuff. Wow.
Go on.
I tried. I just put mud over the bug.
It's part of the building forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorites. So, is that it? You got anything else to add?
No. There was one time where I stomped on a bug in my second grade class with Mrs. Welder,
Mm-hmm.
and she got really upset because she always makes an effort to save the bugs. She'll take a sheet of paper and take it outside.
Yeah.
And I kind of found I've done that as well recently. Maybe
Really?
There's
It depends on the type of bug, but for the most part, if it's a bug, it's gonna die. If it's a bee, there was one time I had a bee just chilling on my shirt. I was just hanging out with him for an hour. He just chilled on my shirt.
Now, what about a ladybug? What would you do with that?
Oh, see, a ladybug, actually, recently a ladybug flew on my elbow. And I'm like, I didn't know, right? And I'm like, what is that? And I look, and it's a ladybug, and I just lick it. So I don't know what happened. Danish?
Can there be a male bug?
2022 ladybug. I mean, so
It is. We do need to. Time's up on Ladybug. We need to
We
figure out.
gotta amend that. We gotta amend that name.
Yeah, we need to figure out a new name.
Another question.
Mm-hmm.
If you flick a bug, do you think it just like lands somewhere, just
Honestly,
injured for life? Just you altered that bug.
my
It will never be the same as long as it lives.
my fingers, my hands, my fingers are so strong, and I flick really hard.
Yeah.
So I think that it probably dies. I like to think that it does because after I flick a bug, I don't see it again.
Just like imagine a finger, the size of this couch.
Boom!
You know?
yeah.
Like you think you would be okay, and like you like fall to like
Well,
the
like
first story of this building.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna be all right?
Well, people survive getting hit by cars. You know. Yeah.
Anyway, next subject.
So, Americans impersonate other people's accents, right?
Right.
But what about people from other countries? Like, and then like sometimes you see somebody from the UK impersonate like an American English accent, you know. But I wonder if people from other countries impersonate other countries. You know what I'm saying?
There was a video, I actually saw this the other day of some like British guy. Ooh, it was Paddy the Baddy doing an American accent.
Yeah, I bet that was pretty funny.
And like I don't know, I feel like it's a thing we don't think about. Like
Right.
what we're talking in, it's an accent,
Yeah.
but we speak it every day. So
And it's
we don't
normal
really-
to us. Well, that's why
I don't know.
if like another country does it for another country, like completely foreign language, you know, maybe not even English speaking, you know, like I'm sure they do it too, you know.
Like speaking French in a Japanese accent.
Yeah, maybe, or like if they know any French, you know, and then they try to mimic it or something. I don't know. It's interesting to think about though.
Yeah.
I hate that I can't see your eyes. I hate it. That's not working.
Wait.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Something to ponder.
I mean, if you were to do like an American accent, what would you do? Because I feel like when I do a British accent, I just like push it a little further than what's like believable.
Yeah.
Like it's words are hard. It's exaggerated.
Well, there's a video. There's a video of an Asian guy who like pushes his eyes up, and what does he say?
I'll just put it on my credit card.
Yeah. He says something like that.
Do you have anything non-dairy?
yeah. That's the type of thing.
Things like how the rest of the world sees us.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think because he's wearing like a army, like some kind of military attire, like a U.S. military attire. So he's probably from America and just did the thing with his eyes to be funny, you know? Because there's some Americans, not me, but there's some Americans who think it's funny to pull their eyes and mimic Asian people.
Not like this.
Yeah, kind of.
My eyes probably look.
They look almost the same.
Yeah.
I feel like Midwestern, we don't have a thick common accent. I think other countries, whenever they do United States accents, more like the California girl.
Yeah.
Or
Like, hey.
Oh, she.
oh my god.
Or like a southern,
I
or
think
like even a
New York, like
Yeah.
Boston accent.
Boston,
Yeah.
something like that.
But they're the ones with accents I feel like are pretty neutral.
Well, it depends though, because in Minnesota, they talk almost like
more
they're
Canadian.
Yeah, but it's still in America though.
But
You know?
I think that's getting fashion just because of common TV shows like Letterkenny and shit.
Get your hot dogs here.
Yeah, but nobody sounds like that here. We sound normal.
Yeah, that's true. Even though I did meet at a wrestling camp, I met a dude from New Jersey who was like, "You all sound like Hicks to me." I was like, "I don't even have an accent." He's like, "You sound like you do."
People from other countries say like they don't like Americans because we are super loud.
Really?
Yeah, like we're really loud and forward.
And I think kind of with that, like when we communicate with people from other countries, right?
Then we probably get louder, like that's
Yeah,
somehow
like,
going to help them understand us better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, people here say that Japanese, German, and Russian people sound super pissed off when they're talking. You know?
Yeah.
And that's 100% true. They do.
Yeah.
Japanese people from kin are unable to, like, their parents teach them not to show emotions.
Is that right?
Yeah, like they're not allowed to show.
From Ken?
Like
Is that a city in Japan or what?
no,
Is it like Kenya?
That's in
I've
Africa.
heard of Kenya.
no, like their parents
People in Kenya
They're-
speak Japanese?
in
The
a
father's
in
name
a
is
subsidy in a subsidy of Kenya, but no,
Kin as in K-I-N?
parents.
Where?
The parents teach their children
In Japan.
in Japan.
Oh, like
not-
the entire country. So why did you say Ken? Who's Ken?
next of kin.
Oh, kin.
Kin.
K-I-N.
Parents teach their next of kin.
Okay. I thought you said Ken.
Ryan Gosling is Ken.
Yeah, have you seen that? Is that out? The Barbie movie?
You guys should insert a gunshot right here.
His
no longer
His contract ended.
So I was playing Call of Duty on my Xbox, and I got the play of the game, which means that one of the things I did was replayed, you know. And one of the guys, he goes, Charlie, because my name on there is like Charlie Friggin or something. He's like, Charlie, nice gun, man. Do they make that for adults or just bitches like you? And I don't have a headset, you know, so I was just laughing at him, you know. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Because he sounded like a grown man. You know, that's what's funny is the idea of grown men talking shit on people online
Strangers.
on a video game, you know.
Yeah,
That cracks me up.
that's good.
It's on my Xbox, and I didn't even know I had it because I was getting ready to buy it for my PlayStation, and I was like, "That's weird. It's on my Xbox because the new one's coming out." And I'm like, "I want to get good at it before it comes out."
What game?
The new Call of Duty is coming out,
Oh.
and like I had it on my Xbox.
Yeah, the amount of shit talking though on like
On video games,
yeah, I can't handle. Like I shut
do
down.
you crumble?
You ever play GTA with an 8-year-old?
Yeah, yeah, man. Well, it's funny because I expect little kids to trash talk.
They're so good at it.
They're really good at it, and like they don't know about consequences for stuff like that. You know,
There's none.
there is none. But like the idea of a grown man, this is pissing me off.
I've been eyeing you for the last 30 minutes.
The idea of grown men as I try to fix my beer bottle Halloween costume, just talking shit to people online. It's like, come on, man.
really need to be more mature.
But like, don't you have a job? You know, like a career?
What is this, like a doctor, like chilling out?
Yeah.
You're a bunch of bitches.
Yeah, with like a Mountain Dew, you know?
But it's like, do you think he said that to somebody before? Like, it's not like, it's like, how do you think of, like, quick remarks
That was
just
an easy one. That was an easy one, though. That's a nice gun. Do they make that for adults or just little bitches like you? I feel like a 9-year-old would say something like that. I'm just gonna abandon the hood today, you know?
Oh, so you're not committed.
There we go.
Give me the goddamn water bottle. Golly.
That was a tape there.
I was gonna say,
Nice to meet you, Tyreek Hill.
it's a football player that plays
He's
for
a-
the New York Giants.
Miami Dolphins. He used to play for the Chiefs. All right, dude.
Oops. There we go.
Okay.
Is that better?
I think you should just push your hair back. Like, you think it looks
Better
better?
it?
Yeah, I think it looks fine. Yeah, that looks way better.
Like that?
That looks way better.
Now I look like Dracula.
But it looks
Like I look like Dracula dressed up as a beer bottle. Like
that's
I'm not
Halloween.
Dracula. I am a beer bottle. You know, I'm not good at Dracula impressions.
We can tell.
Fast Eddie's. You ever been? It's
No.
in Illinois.
Is that where
It's a bar. It's kind of a dive bar. They had live music. The woman was terrible. It was a lot of dude. You know what was funny was the woman was terrible. She was a terrible singer. But all the you could tell who was regulars because they all would like come up to her, give her a hug, you know, and like be like, oh, good to see you again.
Yeah.
And she was singing, and I'm there with Jess and her sister and her cousin, and I said, you know, like we all the four of us are sitting there just agreeing with each other about how bad it was, and like just seeing this like 50-something-year-old guy with like a white ponytail was like. You know, smoking a cigarette, just like loving it, you know, and it was cracking us up because it was so bad. God, it was so bad.
Do you think he was like, as the youngins say it, sympathetic?
Probably. You know, the woman who was performing was, you know, she was disgusting, but I could see like a redneck guy like smoking a cigarette. Yeah. Like, I think I talked to her. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good point, like standards.
Yeah.
Like if you go out like in the ghetto, like people are just like hooking up with people, like homeless people. They're hooking up and they haven't showered in months.
Right, they don't care about that.
You know, so it's like they're standards. You
Right,
know? So it's like you may not. For him, that was
Probably a straight up 10. Yeah. A home run.
She got a heartbreak. She got a pooper.
How dare you? The Cardinals are out.
Yeah, I was devastated. I've been following them all season.
I don't believe you, man. The Cardinals are out. It's a bummer, dude. It's a bummer. They had like this season. They broke all these records, you know, these legends of the game, you know, and then like they just go 0-2 in the first round of the playoffs against like the wild card team, you know, and they're just out.
right.
Season's over.
I was gonna put money on it. And I was like, dude, they gotta win. They
Yeah.
gotta win the World Series.
You thought the Cardinals were going to win the World Series?
Yeah, well, with everything going on, Wainwright,
Right.
Pool holes. I was like, dude, they're gonna have one of those like, we're family. We're gonna do it one last time.
Yeah. I thought that too.
And I was like, bro, people don't think they're gonna win. It's like a 2% chance they're gonna win. I was like, they're doing really good right now. Pool holes is hitting like crazy. Like,
right.
Now, if you're pool holes, or what was that?
Molina or Wainwright.
Yeah, I'm such a dude.
Wainwright's still considering playing.
If you're one of those guys, say that again.
Wainwright's considering playing another year.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting. Like, if you're one of those guys, are you like, oh, dang it, this ended so terribly?
No,
Do I give it another whirl?
I don't think so. Just because like Pujols was like, he's like, I'm done. Even if I finish the season at 699 home runs, I'm done. You know, I'm not coming back to chase that.
Okay.
And Molina, I don't really know what he's been saying, but he'll hit a ball, and then like he'll get out at first, and like it won't even be close. You know, he runs like me to the first base. You know, it's he hasn't looked like he's been trying for a long time.
Is it an effort issue or just bad knees or
I can't.
ankles?
It's hard to say. It's hard for me to say because I don't know enough about baseball.
You're
You know,
just a beer.
I'm just a beer. Yeah, people drink me while they watch.
Right.
You know, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah, it's over. The Cardinals are done.
Speaking of that, me and the guy were at the bar last night.
Oh, yeah.
And
Fast Eddie's?
no,
You said you've never been there.
I didn't say anything, but I know everything. We were at 109,
Oh,
and we were there, and there was this. You're allowed to curse here. You guys try to not.
I mean, we've already seen them.
Okay, well, there was this fucking Jalupa motherfucker sitting at the bar.
Chalupa?
Oh, that's a term for fat fuck.
Oh,
Anyways, so
But one thing.
Yeah.
Before you continue.
Yeah.
We can cuss, but that doesn't mean
we should.
what does it
Yeah,
mean?
like-
Don't be offensive.
I'm not gonna have to.
So calling a fat guy Jalupa.
That's fine.
Well, here's what I would say. Okay, like I
Do you
don't.
think that Jalupa's gonna watch this?
No, but there might be like.
A Jalupa?
If post-production censors didn't exist, I wouldn't care. But the fact that Not me.
Right.
But the guy has to go in here and censor every
Uh-oh.
in this episode.
Why do you guys have to censor the F?
We're debating not doing it, but we want Censor on. Plain and simple.
Once we have him on, then we can just bring the house down.
Just don't cuss the one that he's on, because that's the one that people are gonna watch, right?
Maybe. It might
But,
be
okay,
honest.
but if he's on, and then you guys start cussing afterwards,
Well, then they're going to be like, oh man, these guys are terrible. You were affiliated with them?
also, who, like, those people, do you think they don't cuss? You guys are grown adults, grown men.
Danish, there's people who watch us
Children.
that may be 7 years old,
Our demo is mostly 4 to 9 years old.
like most.
Do you want your kid watching somebody
Most YouTube
with a
celebrities
huge stomach talking about chalupas?
with a huge. I just said irrelevant detail.
Everything,
With a huge stomach and a crusty beard and the biggest glasses I've ever seen, dropping F-bombs left and right. Would you want your kids seeing that?
That's how you would switch over to an adult-only audience. Do you guys want to be filming for 4 to 9 year olds?
That's not actually our demo. I made that up.
Oh, I was supposed to say.
How would we know that? I don't know who's watching this.
I don't know. I thought that was Danish's job.
Yeah, you should know who's watching this.
But anyways, there was a overweight feller at the bar, and dude, he was like,
Did he smell like Gouda?
you know, he smelled more like. Have you ever
Rich
been to
malt
like a Chinese shop, like shrimp fried rice, you know?
Yeah.
Real crab rangoon.
Yes.
I smell like that. And like he's the type of guy that you look at him, and you're like, there's cook in his butt, like
Right. In there right now.
And hey, dude, he was like hollering, like every time like someone struck out or got out.
Oh, at the game.
Oh, that
No,
guy.
at the bar.
Right.
Like he was sitting at the bar,
Like
screaming.
reacting to the game. Though.
Yeah, and like everybody was just like sitting there, just like looking at him.
Like, dude, please.
Please, like get over it.
Yeah.
Like I know you played Little League Pee Wee baseball
Yeah.
like 20 years ago, but like
How
get
big would
over
you
it.
say he was approximately? Like for realistically, don't be like shitty about it.
Okay, he was probably like 6.
No way.
I was saying his height.
Oh my god. Okay.
This guy came in with a bariatric truck.
Somebody backed him in.
With a forklift. Anyway, no, he was like probably 6'2",
Taller than you? How tall are you?
6'6".
Oh, no, you're
6'6".
6 foot.
This
Okay.
guy thinks
So he's a little taller than you, you say.
A little taller than me. Probably like 450.
450.
450, 500. Like he was a big boy.
Getting up there, huh?
Big, like this dude was on the verge of like cardiac complications.
Gotcha.
Like-
How big is your dad? For reference?
Like 360. Oh, wow. He was bigger than my dad.
Right.
And shorter than my dad. But
That's worse.
yeah, dude, he was a big dude. And
Your dad's over 6'2".
he's 6'5".
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Um,
I just could never tell because of his eye.
Dude, I was actually talking about that one of my boss. Yeah, what if he watches this? You know? Hypocrites.
Yeah.
Huh.
What about kids with crooked eyes? What if they watch this?
Well, I didn't say anything about his eye. I just said his eye.
What about people with bad eyes?
I mean, like yourself.
Exactly.
You know you're gonna have messed up eyes when you're older. Like really fun, like bad.
No, I'm gonna go to contacts or LASIK soon.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
You
because
need to do it now.
I know, dude.
I care about you.
I've been thinking about that because what I literally reference you like every time I'm about to go to the eye doctor. And
What?
Yeah, dude. Charlie, like, he went to the eye doctor and like, sorry, the dude went to the eye doctor one. The TV show. The dude goes to. The dude went to the eye doctor. The eye doctor said, "Man, your vision's terrible." And he
And
was
they
like,
gave me glasses.
and he was like, I'm not gonna wear these. And then
They hurt my head and my eyes.
Exactly. I truly think because like my vision gets bad every
Worse.
year.
Yeah.
But when I take my glasses off,
He was looking at me. I don't know why.
I
I think he was looking at me.
my eyes adjust when I take my glasses off. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, you get used to the prescription, you know. And I think that prescriptions make people's eyes worse. You know?
I mean, with this, obviously, this has to strain my eyes. You know.
Well, they say like when you put somebody else's glasses on, you know, like that's bad for your vision, and that's kind of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
So I think I'm either because when I have contacts in, they don't kind of hurt. They don't hurt my eyes.
Those glasses hurt your eyes.
Like if I don't they don't hurt my eyes. I can see better with them, but it's like I can tell like they're probably not good for them.
Yeah.
Because like whenever I take my glasses off, I feel like I can't see anything. But then
When you inhaled just now, it sounded like the wind was going past like a chicken bone that got stuck.
the wheezing.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I need to stop.
Yeah. I'm worried about your vision. I'm worried about your heart. Okay?
My heart has nothing to do with this.
No. Oh, is that why it made that sound?
Oh no, it was
I'm worried about your heart because there's obviously blockage. No, you're fine. But your vision, though, you do need to do something about it, especially like at night, right? Like if somebody's right behind you with them LEDs and you look in your rear view and you got those binoculars on, you're basically staring at the sun. You know,
and it's
it
like,
can't be good.
It's like my whole life I've been like chilling. Like it's like no big deal. But then like I see like myself in the mirror and I'm like, dude, my eyes are huge.
Really, that's what you're
Huge.
like when you look in the mirror. That's what you're like.
Hey, you got a gut, you know.
Yeah. So Danish wants to get LASIK.
Dude, I want to. They're starting to get like first responder discounts where it's pretty cheap, but I don't know. I think I'm too scared to do that. I might just switch to contacts or maybe just like
Because if you sneeze, it's a wrap.
It's very low risk.
or an earthquake. An
No.
earthquake. Has
Sneeze is not actually likely, but earthquake, you never know.
Now, my vision was corrected after I got bit by a spider.
Right.
But the guy, he had LASIK, and it was like you can't go blind from it. Like the procedure, you can't go blind. It's impossible.
Right.
How?
They like the laser that they do the thing with.
Yeah, the
is
laser
like,
they put in your eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is only at like the surface level, and like your vision is like deep in the eye.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're lasering what? Like the crud off of the.
Just like
cornea?
so they slice the flap, they undo the flap. Okay.
Oh, dude, this sounds.
I'm out.
disgusting.
I'm so out.
Yeah.
So they remove the eyeball from your skull.
Then
right?
they start pissing.
They blow off the crust, you know, and they shove it back in.
Do you know what I've been worried about lately?
How would I know what you've been worried about? Dude, how is that possible?
I've been thinking, like, having like, when we get older and we get, like, frail, we're going to need surgeries.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Everyone has to deal with it, man. I mean, you can take any precaution you want, but everybody
I
has to.
know, but, like, they put you out.
Yeah.
They, like, you're no longer breathing for yourself.
Right.
They put a tube down your throat
Uh-huh.
and breathe for you.
Yeah, people die during surgeries all the time.
People die. Have you guys heard the CT?
The tortoise in the hair story?
Yeah.
I
So
heard that.
no, a patient went in for an X-ray,
Uh-huh.
and it was just like, I don't know what it was. Could have been like a broken bone or something like that.
Yeah.
Went in for an X-ray. They put you in like the CT scanner thing.
Yeah, CAT scan.
CAT scan. And
He thinks I don't know what a CAT scan is.
and like the patient was like anxious about it, right?
Right.
There's a drug called Versed that calms you down. It's like anxiety.
Like, why is he chilling so hard? Right now? Were you wondering that too? Yeah.
And
Like there's somebody getting robbed.
People are dying right now.
Go ahead.
But the nurse gave gave the patient a drug called vecuronium, which is a paralytic, which literally paralyzes you. You can't breathe for yourself, you can't move, but you're completely awake.
Right.
So they gave him that, and they went into the CT scan and like couldn't move, couldn't breathe, and they just like died.
Died?
They died in the CT scan because like.
Now, was that a mistake? Did they give him the wrong medicine, or did they mean to give him that medicine not knowing it would have that effect?
No, they gave them the wrong medication. They were meant to give them.
Meant to give you an aspirin.
They meant to give you Versed, which is like it calms you down, chills you out, but they gave her vecuronium, which
Right.
paralyzes your
Why would she give
entire
him
body.
vecuronium?
Yeah.
Well, she lost her job and it's now in jail.
Naturally, that's usually how it would go.
I'll blow it.
Did you collect the data that we requested earlier on?
With the questions?
Oh yeah. Go ahead, ask
I
away.
have a comment with the surgeries.
Oh, sorry.
No, I've never had surgery, but the guy had surgery one
Uh-huh.
time on his shoulder, and like they do shove a tube down your throat.
Right.
And when I woke up, I felt like it felt different.
Dude,
Not forever, but like just kind of like I
Like
could
there was
tell
obviously a tube in your
something-
throat.
There was some friction
Right.
along my esophagus.
Right.
like a sore throat.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and
Just say
it's
that next time.
All right.
yeah, it's miserable.
It won't be
You
Yeah.
had a breathing tube? No.
I haven't had a breathing tube, but I'm sorry. It seems miserable.
Okay. It does seem miserable.
Because like,
Would you rather have a breathing tube or a catheter?
catheter 1,000%.
Really?
Because like, here's the thing: is like you are in control. Like you're in control. Like yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's like whenever they push that, like that anesthesia medication, like, dude, you have no like you
The dude's not here. I'm up here.
you give someone else complete responsibility for your entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like they're just a normal person. Yes, they went to school, but and also, do you know
No.
before they prepare for operation, like an operation, they give that, they push that, you're out, and they tube you most of the time. It's a student tubing you. Like,
No
like
way.
A paramedic student.
Really?
It's a
Before
doctor's.
surgery?
A doctor's right there. Yeah, so
Watching?
paramedics have.
Like, don't screw this up.
Yeah,
Bump their elbow while they're doing it.
yeah. He doesn't have a gag reflex. But
Makes sense.
but no, they the doc's like right there, but it's a student.
And
majority
doc
of
is
the
short for doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure for the audience.
So it's like someone who's never done it before. Is
Yeah, that's
sticking
crazy.
a tube down your throat.
I don't want someone I don't know, period, shoving anything down my throat. If anyone's going to shove something down my throat, I want it to be someone I'm close with. Okay, are we all in agreement?
Yeah, I mean, when people drink beer, they
Yeah.
just
No. I mean, it happens. It happens. You know, questions.
Okay.
You done with that?
with what?
Didn't you say something when we were about to do the questions?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It kind of.
What did you bring?
I like
The
lost
wasting thing?
control of what I. No, I was like I had the guy had surgery before.
Oh, and you got the
Then
breathing.
with the tube.
Gotcha. And then
I
that
don't know what happened.
was weird. That was weird.
I don't even questions.
So fans.
Fans like
Fan. Shut the fuck up.
I actually thought
Fan.
might be what.
Fans have typed in their questions.
Oh, they're in. The questions are in.
The questions are in.
Well, Bobby.
And a lot of the fans, I keep seeing the same things. They keep saying, "Wow, you guys are so funny. You guys, you're dynamic. Everything."
They're saying that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
nice.
yeah. You guys are having a lot of positive feedback.
Right.
A couple haters, but you know,
Everyone's got haters. If you don't have haters, you know you're not really doing nothing.
Yeah. So a lot of the fans have been saying, "It's like, man, you know, you guys are super funny, but it's like, you know, cuss a little bit more." You know?
They're saying that.
Yeah.
They're saying we don't need to censor the.
Yeah, they're saying like, why censor things whenever
We're grown men.
whenever well,
we obviously use the language that we're.
No, not necessarily because you're grown men, but it's like if you see all the other successful podcasts or
Yeah.
successful comedians, successful, you know, TikTokers, you know, what do you guys see?
Well, a lot of them are actually censoring like the first 15 minutes of the podcast because when they put it on YouTube, YouTube won't monetize the video if they're using super like foul language.
YouTube will monitor, like if you're saying foul language, they will monitor it.
No.
Foul language.
It depends on what it is. I think there's probably like guidelines. I mean, there's probably guidelines, but they censor like certain things for like the first 15 minutes, and if they just post a video and leave it as that, then they won't get paid. Like monetization means like if they're getting paid or not. If it's monetized, they're getting paid for it. So if they use super foul language in the first 15 minutes or so, then they won't get paid for it.
That was a fan question?
A fan asked that?
Sounded like a suggestion.
Well, the fan asked why we censor it. And we're still talking about it behind the scenes.
You
You
guys
never know who's watching.
You guys ever thought about doing that?
Is this a fan question?
Yeah, never mind. Fan question. What's your guys' favorite candy?
Oh, candy. Oh.
Halloween special, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Twix.
Twix is good.
Twix is good. When I say Twix though, I think of a kid talking about the cereal Trix.
Twix are for kids. Yeah. Whenever I go to skates, as in scooters,
They have candy and scooters.
well, they have a candy bar blender. And I've gotten other candy bars, but the only candy bar that seems like alright to me is Heath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Heath is good. I'm gonna go with Heath. But
Heath is your favorite candy?
I like
Twix is so good.
Twix. Is can't go wrong.
They
It's
used
the
to have
only-
the peanut butter Twix, but they don't really have them anymore. It's stupid.
It's the only candy bar with the cookie crunch.
Yeah.
That's what they said inside.
It is.
I had to
I don't think I've ever seen Seinfeld.
quote myself before I went on.
I never saw Seinfeld. I only liked Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters. Full House.
So I got a question.
All right, it's from the fans.
So a fan typed in just a common would you rather and says, so say you have the choice to be in a relationship with a female who is like drop dead gorgeous.
Okay.
Drop dead gorgeous. Like your perfect female.
Okay.
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 And could you switch their genders for this? If,
Yeah,
like,
either way. If you're
you
a
know,
female,
there's a girl watching and she
if you're a female and you see the perfect man, you know, he's jacked or he's fat as frick, you know, whatever.
Because girls are so into that.
Dad bods, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, so attractive.
Okay.
But you guys don't really, you know, have the same likes. You know, like she likes reading books, you hate reading books, or you know, you like sitting down watching movies. She likes, you know, going to the opera. You know, different stuff.
Right.
You can do whatever you want. Like she doesn't get mad. You can go hang out with the boys. You know, she don't get upset. Or would you rather be with someone who isn't like an ogre, right? But is
Like a 6.
like a solid St. Louis 5.
Okay.
All right, not
What's that?
terrible.
St. Louis 5 is.
What's that?
Well, like a LA 5 would come here and just be a 10 probably.
So a solid St. Louis,
Sliding scale.
we'll go solid St. Louis 6.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, she's not terrible, but she's not like you're not proud of her, right?
Okay.
Proud of her looks.
That's the
Right. So like you post pics and you try to find like a good one. Like you gotta scroll through for a good one.
Okay.
But you guys just have such a good time together. You guys, you love riding bikes. She loves riding bikes. She has your same favorite coffee. You know, you guys are favorite. Like you guys are just meant for each other. Which one would you pick?
That's a good question, you know, and that fan that sent it in deserves to know how good that question was and how creative it was that we thought of it.
Brian G. Shout out.
Okay, shout out Brian G.
Thanks, Brian.
Man, that is a good one. Now, in this scenario, I'm single.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know Jess exists in this scenario.
Just as white
You're
from the
big.
face of the planet. You have no idea who she is.
Okay. Man, in a lot of ways, opposites attract, you know, because what is like the same interests? Like, do you have all the same interests as like your partner? Like, I wouldn't say that I do. But then we also do have some, but Jess doesn't exist in this scenario. That's a good one. What do you think? What would you think?
It's like you guys are big wrestlers, right? Like say she was like she loved wrestling. She knew everybody about UFC, you know.
Right.
She
She's like
was
crazy into it.
super into it, but it's not like annoying into it. It's like she's super stoked. She's like she can have conversations about everything, you know. Like,
Yeah.
But it's not annoying. You know, sometimes that can be annoying. Like she knows more than you or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's fun.
Right.
And then, so option
Healthy.
one, the 10, right? Was it a 10?
Yeah.
Like
The
pic-
perfect
Yeah.
specimen.
Perfect specimen.
picture your perfect specimen.
We're just not on the same wavelength always.
Yeah, and it's
So,
not
she's
you
not
guys.
like a bad person necessarily.
No,
it's
not
just
at all.
like
Yeah.
That's the thing. They
know,
both
why
sound
would-
like healthy relationships. You don't have to have all the same interests as somebody. Do you still hang out and spend time together?
Yeah, you guys still hang out, but it's like she obviously doesn't like it could cause tension. I'm not telling you a relationship.
not to be shallow, but option one, I guess.
Because like
Really?
you like say you like going working out, and she doesn't like working
That's
out.
fine.
You know, or you know you want to go do something, she's like you know.
But
I'm
that
just
could put a wrench in things.
exactly. So it's kind of
I guess like there's a lot of like
Nah, I'm option two. I'm option two on that. Between those two, I'm option two. Yeah, I think so. I think so because, like, if you are super into something, like I want to go watch the fights with my friends, and she's like, again,
okay.
you know, like I really wanted to do a Ouija board tonight. You know, like
Yeah,
that.
so that was the thing. Like that would be an issue for me.
Yeah, that's why I'm going with option two.
Well,
But if it's healthy, like, then it's like you guys just don't have all the same interests, you know.
Yeah.
Then, like, Jess and I don't have all the same interests,
yeah.
you know, and it doesn't really seem to cause any problems.
It's a tricky one. It's just like they both like
It is a
the
trick.
way you described it. It seems like both are like fine situations, you know.
But one girl is more physically attractive than the
Right.
other. That's like the only difference.
And I'm shallow,
Right.
so
Yeah, you are
not the
shallow.
guy. I'm
Spider-Man. Yeah.
So
I like that one. But next,
Danish.
come on.
We should take somebody right now.
so. Here's another question.
Good. That's what you're getting paid for.
So,
Gotcha. Well, we had to go a little past it, right? Because we got to edit a good chunk out.
If
you're right.
there was no money,
Uh-huh.
you could pause time. Sorry, let me rephrase this. You could pause time, but you could go through school, go through whatever you have to do, anything. And like you have as much time as you need to learn this skill or learn this trade or learn whatever
What?
without you aging or people moving on or you getting into
Everything waits for you. to learn
Everything
that.
waits for you. No money. Money's not an issue.
Uh-huh.
What would be your guys' absolute dream job?
Either like a para. I really wanted to be a para for a minute there, but then learning school was terrible. School wasn't for me, so we abandoned that, you know. But that would have been something that I really wanted to do, helping the kids with special needs and such. That was something I was mega into. I was mega into that, yeah. But it was just school I was terrible at, college, you know.
Okay. That's it.
Either that or some kind of entertainer, you know, some kind of entertainer. making people laugh or cry.
Okay. Guy, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess like my dream job would be like to be like an actor.
Yeah, like in
Like-
Hollywood.
Yeah, at the same time, like I think it's easier. I don't know, like the learning as far as learning curves go. I think an actor's learning curve is easier to conquer than like a neurosurgeon's.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
But an actor has to. A lot of times they have to get really lucky. They have to catch a lucky break.
Yeah,
At some
and
point.
like kind of with that, like if I could pause time and just like read a book or two about acting, because that's all you need probably.
That's it. What they do is so easy.
I believe with that. I've been thinking recently. I don't think it's really a big break necessarily, because like the guy here has been doing improv, so it's like you're getting yourself out there, but it's like you really like to see. I mean, how many times do golfers hit that ball until they get a hole in one? How many times you got audition.
No, yeah,
Reps
definitely,
and mileage.
definitely. They definitely need to work hard.
Yeah,
For
like
sure.
they just got to like. And it's not even working hard. It's just got to be okay with refusing, like denial.
Yeah.
Being denied. And I mean, you definitely like anybody has a chance. That you like people. I mean, think about some of the famous actors. They're not beautiful. Look at Evan Peters. He's from St. Louis, and he just got on that Jeffrey Dahmer show.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not attractive.
Right.
He's
But like, think about when they made Superbad. They didn't know Superbad was going to be one of the most famous movies ever. They didn't know it was going to become an instant classic, right? They cast who they casted, and those actors worked hard to get that role. The movie comes out, and it smashes, right? It kills it. A lot of the actors from that movie didn't get paid what they deserved because they were just like, a lot of them were kids, like teenagers, maybe
But-
like 18.
But now they have their shot, like Jonah Hill.
But yeah, definitely. But Superbad would be like their lucky break.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of what it's a mixture of both.
And
But you don't have to learn anything.
no. I mean,
you have to be good. A lot of them are born good at acting, or they're not, or maybe they work hard at it. But there's not really anything. There's not a book you can read to learn how to cry on the spot, or something like that.
but think about this. It's like, would you guys rather be like? Do you guys? Obviously, I feel like not necessarily. Actually, it's like people who like Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill is one of the biggest actors, right?
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, think about other people who are in movies all the time. Like that's their main job. Is like that's what you guys are aspiring to be, is an actor. So it's like, if you're acting in movies, that's your full-time job. You don't have to deal with, bullshit jobs you guys have right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like even if you like your job, it's like, well, I'm a full-time actor. I'm getting paid full-time to just act.
Right.
And
Yeah, but if they're not getting roles, they're not getting paid.
no, not necessarily, but like even if they're getting roles in B-flick films, it's like you're still in that environment. That like do you guys want to be an actor to be famous, or do you want to be an actor to be in the environment of making movies?
Whoa.
I'd be more in it for the second one, to tell you the truth.
Exactly.
Making art
Yeah,
is
because
the thing for me.
it's not necessarily like making for the money, because you gotta think like those big stars like Jonah Hill and Leonardo, what kind of BS they have to deal with at like any time. Like they walk to the grocery store and like
The propaganda.
paparazzi and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
The paparazzi, that's the word.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Jonah Hill deals with a lot of that too. A lot of people talking about his weight or whatever.
Exactly.
Like he hates it. He can't stand it.
so it's like, but you could still be a full-time actor, and maybe you're not super renownedly famous.
Yeah, there's a lot of actors like that.
So, I mean, I think the way to do that is just apply, audition. Someone's gonna be like, you know what? He would fit this character perfect.
Yeah.
And you just gotta put yourself out there. That's the hardest part.
Well, the hardest part is that you have to keep working your job to do it.
Yeah.
Because you have to have an income.
Yeah.
In the meantime, So it gets weird like that. to have a full-time job and then like try to go and like putting yourself out there so often, like audition, because you gotta audition all the time.
Apparently, like you're supposed to like what's recommended is you get like a job that's not that important to you.
Yeah.
So like be like a waiter somewhere. So
Right.
if you have like kind of an what
Or taper.
tape.
Joke.
Okay.
I'm a taper. My job.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's something that's like PRN like that. It's like, okay, well, I can quit, and that's the thing is like, there's risk and reward,
Right.
you know, and it's like if you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna do this,
Right.
like, and yeah, so, I think both of you guys would be phenomenal at doing that.
Thank you. Is there a band sound?
For a beer mash.
Yeah, I'm just a beer.
Would you guys? Sorry, I had to look at the thing. Would you guys?
This actually kind of comes in being an entertainer.
Okay.
Would you guys rather have a huge imagination,
Okay.
or have a photographic memory?
Imagination. Definitely. What do you think? Okay. Well, while you're thinking, I'll break down my answer.
Okay, keep going.
Because if like a memory with what the technology we have, you don't need to have a memory at all. You know, you just write stuff down. If you think something's going to be important, you just write it down. You know, like a photographic memory. I don't have a photographic memory, and it has not cost me anything not having it. But if you have a real big imagination, you know, and even to that, there's a spectrum. You could have an imagination for like art, painting, and stuff like that. You know, like when the guy makes his photoshops, that requires, you know, imagination, and writing, like writing a book or something like that. That's all imagination. You know,
But
do you know J.K. Rowling has a crazy imagination?
But with a
All that
photographic memory is like you're able to you're super intelligent, you know, so like you can think of ways to go about things in a more intellectual way.
But you're
Yeah.
probably like boring.
It would be boring.
Yeah.
But then like every so like both would you say that you create? What is that? What's that notification that popped up? Do you create both ways? Like if you're super smart with photographic memory, do you use that to create stuff?
Oh no.
I mean, you can use it.
What's wrong? Yeah. Like you were underwater?
Yeah.
What is it?
This has happened before.
Does it stop the recording? Make sure you read that carefully because that's how your audio got.
Uh-oh.